Good morning. The great news today is that I'm going to be relatively brief because momentarily I'm going to hand over to Mr Boulton, who's going to go through some reading and writing awards and in his capacity as head of English. He's asked the staff to give him some work from boys who've done particularly well this half term, and he's going to talk to you about that. Therefore, my only job this morning is to follow on from what I said on Friday. We want to have a bit of fun, and I'm sure you want to have a bit of fun. So on Friday this week at 1:30 in the afternoon, there will be an episode, a freestanding one and only episode of West House School 60-second showcase. And what I invite you to do is consider whether you want to enter the 60-second showcase. And you can do anything, a talent that you have. It could be anything from something you have made that you want to talk to us about and tell us about. It could be magic, it could be poetry, it could be singing, it could be music, it could be dancing, it could be anything. If you think you've got a talent, then you record it and get it to us here at school by whatever means you can. But it must be no more than 60 seconds. So you might have to edit what you do. If you're going to play a piece of music, you might have to say, well, which 60 seconds am I going to record? It is a challenge, and a challenge that I hope you are going to rise to. So here's the way it works. You think about a talent. You think about something you want to showcase. You record it. Recordings of no longer than 60 seconds. And then you send it to your form teacher, form tutor, or if you're absolutely at a loss, you can send it to Miss Stevenson in the school office, all right? And she will distribute it round. Everyone who enters the 60-second showcase will get 5 good work points. And your form teachers and form tutors, with assistance where necessary and of course advice, will then select the finalists. But you all get 5 good work points for entering. The finalists will get an additional 10 good work points. So if you reach the final, you get 15 good work points. And then at 1:30 on Friday this week, we will watch the final. And you will then all have an opportunity to vote for your favourite 60-second showcase. There'll be more details revealed during the course of the week. It's a bit of fun, and boy do we need a bit of fun at this moment in time. So here we go. First job, consider your talent, consider what you want to showcase, perform, record, 60 seconds, and then get it to this school by, wait for it, 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning. That's when they've got to be in to give us chance to move towards the final. Everyone who enters will get some sort of reward. Go for it.
Mr. Smith. Reading and Writing Awards. It's time.
Yeah. I'm just in the middle. Just now.
Well, we can film it now, so you coming?
Yeah, I know. It's just that the last Reading and Writing Awards inspired me so much that I'm in the midst of writing and planning my own story.
Oh yeah, what's it about?
So it's about this boy who thinks that he's he's normal. But then he has a visitor and he goes to a train station and there's this wall and he has to like run through it to get to the platform. And
That sounds like Harry Potter.
well, yeah, you know, I guess I used that for inspiration, but no, I've changed the main character. It's Little Potter. He's a charismatic guy.
Harry. Just Harry.
Nice. I can really picture that.
Thanks.
You should have a sidekick, Hermione Patel, who accompanies him on all of their epic quests together.
I like it. I can picture it now.
Queen to E5.
That's totally barbaric.
I see you've packed.
See, you haven't.
Change your plan.
Hello and welcome to the Reading and Writing Awards for the spring term. We are going to begin with our reading winners, and I will start with our preschool nomination. So, the winner is Ishan C. Ishan has made excellent progress in his reading. He can now read a range of books and does so with confidence and enthusiasm. Well done.
Excellent. Moving straight on then to reception. Reception, your nominee was Alec M. And Alec, your teachers have written that Alec enjoys reading all types of books. Alec has taken full advantage of reading from home. He accesses a great number of ebooks to practice blending, to read, and always tries hard to use what we have learned during the phonics activities. Alec joins our live Zoom stories every day, listening very carefully to add his own thoughts and feelings. Well done to you, sir.
Some very happy teachers there.
Indeed.
Year 1, Aaron S. Aaron is developing in confidence to blend words and develop his fluency with common frequency words and tricky words. Well done.
Excellent. Year 2, and Year 2, your nomination was Hardy S. And Hardy, your teachers have said that you have a great amount of enthusiasm about every book that you read, and that you're very excited always about reading, which is a very, very promising sign. He likes to talk about it, and his reading aloud has improved a great deal, writes your teachers.
Good.
Well done to
Very
you.
good. In Year 3, I know we thought long and hard about this. Ultimately, our reading award is going to go to Arjun D. So Arjun has engaged really well with our new Collins ebooks. He's an avid reader who enjoys completing the accompanying tasks to show a great understanding of what he's read. Well done, Arjun.
And Year 4, your nomination was Thomas H. Well done to you, Thomas. A real pleasure to see your name on our list. And your teachers, Thomas, have written, Thomas has a very vivid imagination, and this is in part down to his enjoyment of reading. He performed very well in our most recent reading comprehension activities. Well done, Thomas.
Very good. In Year 5, we have Jack J. There's an excellent application of his reading of the Everest Ice Giants book, in which he produced a superb mind map.
And lastly then, our Year 6 reader is Johnny H. Johnny, you have made an eager start when exploring our new Collins ebook subscription. You have read Frankenstein and produced some excellent work using your understanding of the text. Well done, Johnny.
Very good.
I think now, sir, we'll have a very well-deserved round of applause for all of our readers.
And now, on to our writers.
And we'll start with reception. Reception, your nominee is Tej P. Well done to you, Tej. And your teachers have written that you always push yourself to write, and you're always ready for the next challenge. You're enjoying writing stories at the moment, and you're making up a lot of silly sentences.
Sounds good fun. In Year 1, we have Joshua P. Joshua's presentation is beautiful and he is now able to join his letters. His recent dinosaur facts file was both informative and bold. It was a wonderful piece of work and a big well done to you.
Excellent stuff. Aaron Veer B, you are the lucky nominee in year 2, and your teachers have written that he has worked really hard all term to work on his presentation and form letters correctly. He's been using some really good vocabulary in his stories, and you can now write a story with a twist to it. You have a very good imagination and a fantastic effort. Well done, sir.
Very good. In year 3, we have someone who is following in the footsteps of their brother. So we have Alian D. Now he has been mightily impressive with his recent story writing. He has so many skills as part of his writing toolkit, and his recent use of similes within his story writing has been outstanding. You two boys are almost as successful as your football team, Liverpool.
And then on to year 4. Year 4, your nominee is Joan M. And Joan, your teachers have written some really nice things about you, including that they really enjoyed your most recent story writing. You were able to write a suspenseful and exciting story. We'll continue with, Joan is starting to use direct speech to reveal character and advance his story. Well done, Joan.
In year 5, we have Peter H. He produced a fantastic discursive essay on George Mallory and Andrew Irvine, addressing the question of whether they were, in fact, the first men to conquer Mount Everest in 1924. Extremely well structured, with carefully argued and nicely developed pieces of evidence.
And last but by no means least, we have the year 6 nominee, which is Mohammed F. Well done, Mohammed. And your teachers have written, Mohammed has engaged enthusiastically in writing for different purposes this half of term, most notably his inspirational speech in the style of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream, and a newspaper report based on the short film Alma. Well done, Mohammed.
Excellent. Let's have a round of applause for all of our wonderful writers. Right, now, those of you with good memories will remember that we ended our first Reading and Writing Awards with a quiz. And we're going to do exactly the same this time around. The only slight change we're going to make is because last week was Children's Mental Health Week, we're going to link that to our physical health and include some exercises within today's quiz. Over to you, Mr. Smith, to just delve a little deeper.
Excellent. So, it's going to be a multiple choice quiz. We will read you a short passage from a very well-known book, and then there'll be 3 options for you to choose from. But in order to demonstrate the option, you need to undertake one of 3 positions. Either you need to stand up, or you will need, if you think it's option 2, you will need to sit down, which I'm modelling at the moment.
Very good.
Or you will need, for the 3rd option, to slump, which looks like this. So, without further ado, on to excerpt 1.
Okay. Excerpt 1. Most educated people choose to rid themselves of socks and shoes before they clamber into bed, but Goldie didn't give a shred. Her filthy shoes were thick with grime and mud and mush and slush and slime. Is that from option stand, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears? Sit, if you believe it is Brown Bear, What Do You See, by Bill Martin Jr. Or slump, if you think it is Revolting Rhymes by Roald Dahl. Choose one of those options now. Those of you who find yourselves slumped on the floor, well done. It is indeed Revolting Rhymes by Roald Dahl.
Excellent. And then so on to excerpt number 2. So, this one goes, what a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh! A river! A cold, deep river. We can't go under it. We can't go over it. Uh-oh! We've got to go through it. Splish, splash, splosh. Splish, splash, splosh. If you think that that was We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen, you'll need to stand. If you think it is A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson, you'll need to sit. And if you think it's The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle, you'll need to slump. 5 seconds. So, if you find yourself standing, then you thought that it was We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen, and you would be absolutely right. Well done.
Very good. Our third extract is from our West House Reads series that we've been putting up on our learning platform. Now, it was read rather wonderfully by Mrs Breen, and she performed it with Makaton actions included. Very good too. So, those of you who've been keeping up with that series are at an advantage here. I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet. So, they sent me an elephant. But he was too big. So I sent him back. Then they sent me and I'm going to leave you in suspense there, your options. Stand, if you believe that was taken from Ella the elephant from Carmela D'Amico. Sit, if you think it was taken from Dear Zoo by Rod Campbell. Or finally, slump, if you think it was taken from If I Ran the Zoo by Dr. Zeus. Make your mind up. Well done if you find yourself seated, because the correct answer is indeed Dear Zoo by Rod Campbell. Now, how convenient you should find yourself seated, because that means you're ready for your next lesson. A huge well done to all of our readers and writers of the spring term, and we look forward to honouring our summer term winners. A huge well done to all of our award winners for our spring term reading and writing awards. And I know we're very excited to see who we will bestow these honours upon and give you everything you've ever dreamed of. Just keep going, yeah?
And more next term. Winky, winky, winky. You just kept on talking, I did. In celebration of last week's Children's Mental Health and Wellbeing Week, Children's Mental Health and Wellbeing Week, we're going to finish our second Children's Mental Health Awareness Week that we had last week, of course. We're going to have a real physical quiz.
A West House Reads series. Mrs Breen did a wonderful Macron? No.
He's the French president.